Hey everyone, welcome back to Guard Gated Homes TV. I'm Jennifer Franco, and this channel is dedicated exclusively to luxury and guard gated real estate here in the Las Vegas Valley. Every single week, I personally review the MLS, verify data, and break down what is actually happening across some of the most exclusive communities in Summerlin, Southern Highlands, Henderson, Lake Las Vegas, and MacDonald Highlands. And as we discussed last week, we're going to continue with a more systematic, data-driven market format. Instead of walking through every single listing in full detail, today's episode is going to be a true market overview. I'm going to give you the big picture numbers, the averages that actually matter, and then we're going to highlight the most important standout properties of the week for both the new listing side as well as the sold side. And just so you guys know, a link to all 18 new listings is going to be pinned in the comments so you can review everything in detail after watching. So let's start with the big picture. This week we saw 18 new luxury guard gated listings hit the market across the Las Vegas Valley, and we also saw 9 luxury homes sold. New inventory is continuing to enter the market with a wide range of price points. We're seeing it from the high 1.8 millions this week to ultra luxury segment over $10 million, while sold data continues to confirm that buyers are going to be selective, they're analytical, and they are value driven. Now let's break this down properly. Across the 18 new listings this week, list price ranged from just under $1.9 million to nearly $14 million. The home sizes ranged roughly from 3,000 square feet to just under 12,000 square feet. The pricing varied widely based on views, architecture, lot quality, as well as the level of finish within the home. When we average the data across the new listings, what we're seeing is an average list price per square foot of the mid 700s. The larger estates with less architectural distinction are pulling the pricing a bit lower, and then the ultra modern view-oriented homes pushing pricing above the $1,000 square foot. Now let's talk about the new listings that really stand out this week. Now, first I want to give you guys my top pick of the week, and that's going to be 11247 Winter Cottage Place located in Red Rock Country Club. The home is listed just under $2 million, and it is roughly about 3,450 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, 9,500 square foot lot, golf course front lot, and that's roughly about $579 a square foot. The home sits directly on the golf course with mountain views and features a reimagined interior, an open layout, and a backyard with a pool, a spa, built-in barbecue, and you're going to have that synthetic turf lawn. So when you compare this to recent sold data in Red Rock Country Club, this home is positioned very competitively for buyers who want that golf course frontage, they want the guard gated living, the country club living, without pushing deep into the mid 2 millions. I mean, we're seeing very similar models that are beautiful lots reimagined upwards of 3.5 million. So I think this one actually has a lot of value that they're offering. All right, now let's move into a property with the lowest price per square foot that came on the market this week. This is going to be 779 Boley Way, located in Roma Hills in Henderson. This home is listed at $1.9 million, and it offers over 6,000 square feet, 5 bedrooms, 7 bathrooms, a 12,600 square foot lot, and that's only going to be about $313 a square foot, which I think is amazing price per square foot when you get into luxury guard gated and you're really in a nice enclave just outside of Askaya in Henderson. The property is going to feature strip and city and mountain views. You're going to have dual primary suites and an attached casita with an interior courtyard. The pricing reflects scale over finish, making it especially attractive for buyers who want size, layout flexibility, and long-term upside rather than a turnkey design. Obviously, you can put your own touches on it and reimagine it, but you're going to see a lot of value in that home. All right, so let's go into a property that's the highest price per square foot. On the opposite end, the highest price per square foot this week comes from 668 Dragon Peak Drive in MacDonald Highlands. This home is listed at $7,495,000, and it offers 6,100 square feet, 5 bedrooms, 6 bathrooms on a 32,000 square foot lot. This is going to be roughly $1,345 a foot. This is going to be a double gated contemporary estate with those panoramic strip views. You're going to have the valley views, golf course views, an exterior casita, a resort style pool and spa, and you're going to have an elevator as well. This level of pricing is driven by the really irreplaceable views. I mean, that is just everything up there. You're you're going to have the modern architecture, which it just has an incredible design. Obviously, level of scarcity, it's really hard to get a home of this caliber, which is really just defining the top of the Las Vegas luxury market. Up next, we're going to go into the largest home listed this week, which is 570 Laremont Place, located again inside of a double gate enclave in MacDonald Highlands. This estate is listed at $13,950,000, and it offers just under 12,000 square feet, 7 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms on a 26,000 square foot lot. This is approximately going to be about $1,160 a square foot. The home is going to include, of course, an elevator, a wine lounge, a theater, expansive great room, pocketing doors, an infinity edge pool, water and fire features, and you're going to have those incredible sweeping strip views. Large estates like this are going to attract a smaller buyer pool, but when positioned correctly, they really remain to be some of the most coveted homes in the entire valley. Let's move into the sold data because this is where the market tells us the truth about what is happening. Across the 9 luxury homes that closed this week, the average days on market was approximately about 70 days. The average sold price per square foot landed really in the low to mid 700s. And then the average negotiation from original list price to the actual sold price was roughly 10 to 12%. So we are seeing an increase in what we saw late last year. This tells us that buyers are active, but they are disciplined. Now let's take a look at the key sold standout properties. All right, let's start with the highest price per square foot sold. The highest price per square foot sold came from 555 Magma Peak Drive, located in MacDonald Highlands. This estate sold for $17 million cash after being originally listed at $14 million. So that means that they came in over list price, 0 days on market to get it done. The home offered approximately 9,000 square feet, 5 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms, and a premium strip view lot inside of course, the double gated enclave. This sale reinforces a critical point in today's market. True 101 properties with irreplaceable views and architecture are still command premium pricing immediately. Now we're going to go into the largest home sold this week. This is going to be 2 Wood Creek Court, located in Southern Highlands. This estate spans approximately 12,700 square feet and sits on nearly 1 acre lot inside of one of the most prestigious guard-gated golf communities in Las Vegas. The home was originally listed for just under $9 million and it sold for $6,600,000 after 70 days on the market, closing at a price roughly 26% below the list price, which we do see a lot more negotiation on these bigger estates is what I have noticed. Even at the very top end, this sale shows that buyers remain highly disciplined when pricing stretches beyond recent comparable sales. I think it's just, being the most expensive or the largest home in the neighborhood, you have to really check all of the boxes. And we do see that in some, in a lot of these communities. Really, I'm seeing it more with the modern architecture and the newer properties. So it really can vary. All right, so let's go into the best price. One of the most balanced sales this week was 1995 Alcova Ridge Drive. I did a tour on this one. It was a stunning single-story home. It is located in Red Rock Country Club. The home offered 4,000 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, and a renovated interior with a very strong indoor-outdoor flow. I mean, it just really had that great entertaining living space. The property was listed at $3 million and it sold for 2.9, and it says just in 14 days. They did have to relist this. It started at a higher price point, so it was a larger, percentage. But I think that it was a great home, and I think $3 million is exactly where I thought they would land. So they're really close to that when it had listed. This is really going to be an example of when a home is correctly priced. After they did the reductions, they were able to sell it immediately. When we look at the new listings and the sold homes side by side, the message is very clear. The 2026 Las Vegas luxury market is active, stable, and increasingly data-driven. Buyers are paying premiums for views, for architecture, and uniqueness, while homes that are interchangeable, even in the top communities, are being negotiated. This is not a soft market. It's really more of a disciplined market right now. And I do want to point out, Last week's report, where we went through all the listings, we had 32 new listings and now only 18. So I do think that it was coming off the holidays. We're normalizing a little bit. So in the future weeks, we're really going to see what direction we go in. So of course, if you're thinking about selling inside of a guard-gated community, pricing strategy matters more than ever. Homes aligned with recent sold data are going to see activity, while others that, maybe you're getting your data from a couple years ago, or that you put a ton into it, they're really sitting on the market. And if you're buying, this market offers real opportunity, especially when you understand where negotiation is happening. As I mentioned earlier, a link to all of this week's new listings is pinned in the comments so you can review everything in detail. If you'd like a private breakdown of your specific community, access to off-market guard-gated listings, or help interpreting this data for your own situation, reach out directly. Make sure to subscribe and turn on your notifications to stay informed, because the best decisions in luxury real estate are made with clarity, not emotion. Again, I'm Jennifer Franco. I'll see you next week on Guard Gated Homes TV.